Welcome to the Pride Show, everybody. My name is Shakira, and I'm going to go around and introduce everybody, and we're going to kick it this way.
Flex.
Miranda.
Jonathan.
Jesse. Shay.
Tiara. Toy.
What's going on, everybody? So tonight's topic is ins and outs do the LGBT community. How does public affection matter? So, okay. Please feel free to ask any questions as well. We are also doing a special giveaway. And we have our winner for last week's winner. We're going to get to that name in a minute. But share, like, comment. Feel free to comment, say anything you want, ask questions or anything like that. And, y'all ready? Can I get a drum roll for
Let's go. Let's get it.
The winner is Brandon Wilson.
Woo!
Williamson. Brandon Williamson.
Thank you, Brandon.
He had over 100 shares, maybe even more than that. That guy is doing his thing. So, Brandon, we love you, thank you, and appreciate it for sharing and liking and continue the awesome work. And we'll be doing this again. So once this video is over with, comment, share, and the person that shares the most will have a winner for next week. So to kick this off, I'm gonna say the topic again so everybody can understand what the topic is, because I might have been going a little too fast. The topic is ins or outs during the LGBT public display matter.
Okay.
Does PDA matter in the LGBT community?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
All right. So the first question is: do you believe that the picture should be on the desk? And what I mean by the picture.
Can somebody read what the picture actually say?
Oh, who got the picture?
Let me see.
Give us a second. Hold on.
There was a picture.
I should gave y'all to it. It's on the Pride Show page.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, you gonna read it?
Okay, so it says a third grade teacher has this picture of him and his husband on his desk. The children have inquired about it and asked questions. Parents state that they have no issues with his sexuality, but he should not have the pictures on his desk for the children to see, and they have gone to the principal about this situation. Do you agree with the parents, and should the principal make him remove the picture? And this is the picture.
All right, thank you. Handshake.
All right. So I'm gonna kick the question off again. So now y'all done seen the picture and y'all heard what was written on the picture. Do you believe that the picture should be taken off the desk?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And why is because if this applies to all teachers, hetero and homosexual alike, then yes. If it's singling him out specifically because he's homosexual,
Say
no.
I guess because I'm not a teacher and I really don't know the rules, I just feel like, I guess that's piggybacking off of what you say. If you're going to refer to everybody, do that. But if not, like, love is love. Why?
Well, the thing with teachers is that they are setting by example. So they're actually for our children. And so they have to set by example. And most of the schools systems, they don't mind them having pictures. If you ever been in a child's classroom, I used to clean offices back in the day. And I've seen pictures of teachers in schools where they had pictures of their families standing beside them, but there was no public affection. So I guess it's just a set by example.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I just...
Let it be.
Tell us.
I don't know. I just feel like if I'm happy with you, I feel
Why
like...
not show it?
Right, because people, that goes to show public affection, and as far as the picture, I want to show my love for who I'm in love with. Why do I have to hide it? Not so much as I'm not, now. I understand the picture. I understand the picture was him and his husband kissing.
Right.
But if we laughing, like out taking a winter picture is cool.
Exactly.
That picture
I'm
might have
okay
been a
with that.
little too much, but then not too much. But I guess for third graders, yeah. But nowadays, it's a lot going on in the world. So I mean,
That's why I'm at with it. Just because it's third grade.
yeah, like
If
I
it
feel like
was
if it
high
was
school,
high school or something, it'd be
it's
cool.
different. Yeah,
Not so much
it's
it's cool,
different.
but yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Number 2.
Oh, okay, shoot. So are the parents right about saying that he should not have a picture of his gay lover on his desk? And do you agree with the parents? I mean, I don't know. I think I would kind of be biased to the situation because I do have a third grader. So, I mean, honestly, she's grown up around it, so I don't exactly think that I could answer that myself because she's used to it.
Right.
So it wouldn't affect her if she saw that. But I mean, you know, like I said, I think I'm biased to the situation, so I'm not gonna really
Yeah.
comment on it.
But I don't have any. I don't have any kids, but I do think it's like a lot of parents are uncomfortable with the questions that may be
Right.
brought up to them, and they don't know exactly how to explain that. I know straight couples with kids who have explained it great to their kids, and it's nothing. So it depends on the parents, but I agree that the picture of them kissing, maybe not, but y'all standing beside each other, or just him by himself, your mate by yourself on your desk. What questions will that pose?
Yeah, I just it's just a lot. Like I get it. It's third grade. I understand, and it's not my place to teach your child what it is.
Right.
But it's 2018. You can't be numb to the situation. It is out here. You have to. If you don't explain it to them, somebody else will, and
Yeah.
they'll see it
And
in a
they'll see
whole
it
different
regardless.
light than what you can possibly teach them about the situation. And if you don't know, everybody knows. Everybody has one gay friend.
Right, reach out.
At least.
Exactly.
So
Look
all
it
you
up.
have to do is ask. Oh, you
Or
have
ask
a
Hey,
tablet
Google,
and
what
you
is
have a
gay?
computer in your
I mean,
hand.
I read something not too long ago about a parent whose son came out to them, and they called a gay club near them to ask the owner, "What should I say to my son to make sure he doesn't feel alienated and that he knows I accept him?"
Yeah.
Those are
Like,
right?
But
So
that's an open mind.
you can reach out.
That's an open mind parenting.
Exactly.
That's open mind parenting. Those are parents that are, okay, I'm concerned because they've heard stories of suicide. They've heard stories of bashing. So their concern is for their child. But when children come home and say, Mommy, Daddy, Mr. So-and-so has a picture on his desk and they're kissing, that's impressionable to a child. And
They're
some
sponges.
things,
Yeah.
children will imitate what they see.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So that's say Mommy and Daddy, I came home and I seen my teacher. He has a picture of him and another guy kissing. What is the difference from Mommy and Daddy kissing?
Oh, well, you have to
Different.
remember.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And they don't see that every day.
We gonna
Yeah.
get
And
to
I mean,
it.
I get it. I
We
get
gonna
it.
get to it. It's on down the line.
Okay,
Number
number
three.
three. Should the principal make him remove the picture?
I think
I believe the principal should.
Yes.
I believe so. I was a first grade teacher assistant, and when it came to that, I'm being married. I was married. You know, I didn't let the kids know that because they're first graders. They don't really understand all that, and I don't want to expose them. Their parents haven't exposed them to that. I don't want to expose them to that. Every home is different. I respect that. You know, so you have to be careful what kind of profession you do, and you know, if you're around children, you know, you don't want to, you know, rub the parent the wrong way.
I get it. I get it. For as your profession, you have to be professional in whatever job or whatever your occupation is. But this is my thing, and people can judge me for it or not. But what is the difference? Okay, say y'all are walking down the street. Your child sees a man and another man kissing. What is the difference from they seeing it then as somebody that's educated, a teacher that can explain it to them, but not go into details, don't have to give you graphics and don't have to give you everything, but somebody who is educated enough to know how to break it down for a third grader to not go into depth, but just let it know what it is and let it be gone to then for you to be out on the street and mommy, they kissing. What? And then your parents are stuck like, you get what I'm saying?
I don't think that's right, because as the teacher, you're not their parent, and that parent can then go back and say, "Well, you taught my kids something they didn't need to know," and then you're
being
But I'm not teaching your child. Your child asked me.
You're telling
But
them,
you'll be
which
blamed
is
for
to
it.
them.
Right.
They're asking questions.
To
It's not your
expose,
place.
you have to
Yeah.
be careful as you know, as I was a parent, raising a child, and just knowing that I didn't want her to be exposed to certain things in people's household. It just depends how you raise your child.
Right.
And you have to respect that parent. You really do. And it's nothing wrong. I teach all the kids, you love everyone.
Right.
I always teach the kids that. But I don't expose them to so much so young, because I let the parents handle that.
And you don't want
That's
to
out of
be the
respect.
cause
That's
of
right. That's not my
that
child.
child being,
if that
you know.
parent comes to you and says,
Right.
"You know what? Can you help me explain this to them?" Then
Open
then
the door.
that
You
door
don't
is
want to be the
open.
person
You can't
that
just
they're
open it
blaming for
Exactly.
exposing their child. Because I mean, like, granted, something similar. It wasn't like a situation like this, but when I initially came out, like in my family, after I came out, maybe like a little while afterwards, I had a sibling that came out as well, and then my little cousin started, coming out and everything, and they all blamed me for that. Like, okay, like okay, you brought that on because you put that out there and you got that in their minds and stuff, and I had to clearly explain to them that I have no control over how they were feeling.
All you
I
did was
just
make them feel
I
more
just made them, courageous enough
Yes.
To speak out.
to speak out and come out. That didn't have anything to do with me. But you don't want to be the person that's being blamed for that, because that's not
Because people
business.
look at it, again, people will look at it as you being impressionable to that child.
Yeah.
That child might want to grow up and be like you.
And just because you came out on that subject of you and your sibling and your cousin, I have a friend of mine. She may or may not watch this. So I'm not gonna say any names, but her mom had actually come out quite a few years before her, when she was about 12, and then she came out about 5 or so years later, and they all blamed it on her mom.
Her mom.
And it is possible for, as siblings, cousins, relations of mother, child, father, son, whatever, it is possible for everybody, or who not, to be gay. Like, you don't have to be afraid if you do have those feelings. Ask questions. There's always somebody that'll answer the questions for
I
you.
feel like people treat it as if it's a disease or something.
Yeah.
Like you're heading it out. Oh, you came out. Oh,
They
like
did.
That's the
I
way
mean, I
they
get
do
it.
And they feel like
And I mean, I get it, but they
just
just it's just too much. And like, I have a family member that's a teacher. I don't want to say her name because I don't know if this can jeopardize her job. I have a family member that's a teacher, and I asked her about this topic, and I asked her, "Do you think that they should make him take it down?" She said no. She said because that's his business. I understand that a kid is gonna be walking around and doing whatever, but that's his business. And as a third grader teacher, you don't have to explain anything to a child. You
Other
are
than
the
what you're
adult,
teaching.
right? I'm only here to teach you the correct. Y'all know the word.
Yeah.
So therefore, me having to explain to you, that's not my job. And
That's understandable too.
I'm only here to teach you. Whatever, all that other stuff, I'm not here to teach you. What you see, I feel like people treat their kids like they blind. I understand that I'm not a parent, and what I mean by that is you want to teach your child things, but at the end of the day, once your child goes to school, if the teacher's not teaching it, trust and believe,
They learn it
it's
in the
6
streets.
other kids or 30 other kids in there that's in there teaching them how to twerk, and they're teaching them how to cuss. And I'm just going to the extent of just different things. So somebody that is educated to be able to break it down to you, as it's simple. I don't have to explain nothing to you. You are a child. Stay in a child's place. Simple as that.
It's okay.
I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm
I
sorry.
get it.
If the teacher decides to have this picture on their desk, What could he or she say to explain the picture?
Okay, hold on. Read that again. Read that again.
If the teacher decides to have this picture on their desk, what could he or she say to explain the picture?
This is my lover,
And
and
that's
that's it.
This is my husband.
This is my husband, or this is my lover, and
Take
then
that question back to your parents. Don't ask me nothing else.
that, or this is my
this is
lover,
my-
and
right.
come on, let's
This is my
continue
wife.
on with what our daily
And
task
2
is.
+ 2 is.
Hey.
Moving on.
You gotta think of a third grade. I got a 4-year-old, and she asks questions about everything, everything under the sun, stuff that she should not be even concerned about.
Right.
Like concerned about. And like piggybacking on what you said, kids are smart. You can't teach them. You can't treat them like they not blind. Right. It's like, hey, you and mommy kissing, y'all gonna get married, like, and that's at 4. So it's like, okay, you can't just brush that off though.
Yeah.
You can't brush it off and say, oh, this that's my lover. What's a lover? Because they're in the 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna continue.
They're gonna
asking
continue to ask questions.
Yeah,
But then that's
it's
when
a
you
love.
become. That's
And-
when you become the adult.
That's the
and that's and I've
questions.
seen that so many times. A lot of people. I understand you want to be your child's friend and you want your child to open up to you, but at the end of the day, you are the adult. Like, you have to set boundaries. Like, just because your child asks you 1,000,001 questions, and I understand kids are like sponges and they want to know everything, but at the end of the day, I can't explain everything to you right now. As time go on and you get older, I can evolve you and bring you up to date a little bit better. But me is sitting up here explaining to you, like, are you the parent? And
Yeah, when I was
you get
young,
what I'm saying?
my parents' answers to those type of questions was, "You'll understand when you get older," and I knew
I've
then,
heard that a
okay, I'll
thousand
shut up.
times.
Before I get a
But
opinion.
that worked back then.
Yeah.
We
I'm about to say that
got
worked,
18. That doesn't work.
I mean,
It
but that's
really
just like your
doesn't.
child now. You ain't told your child a day and an age your password to your phone, and at 2-year-old it's then broken in your phone and it's seeing your little
Yes,
your
they
little
are. They come
Instagram
out- they
pics.
come out much
your little-
wiser now.
You get
Yes,
what I'm saying?
they
So
do.
it's just like
daughter
you
told
still
me
have
to
to
use
give that
Snapchat.
old fashioned learning. I know not all parents doing that, but
some households are still stuck in that old fashioned ways.
Yeah.
It's just that's the way
It's
it
a lot easier to
is.
say. You can take that question back to your parents. That's my lover. That's my husband. Or that's my wife. Take that back to your parents. But then you're causing an uproar with the parents because
Right.
if that parent doesn't want their child exposed to that right then.
okay. So what if it
But
was?
at some point, they will be.
I mean, that's like, okay,
Yeah.
my mom had the sex conversation with me early. She had me when she was 17, so she felt the need to have that conversation with me early.
Right.
I was in 4th, 5th grade. We had that conversation. By the time I started my period, I was prepared, boom, ready to go, been stashing pads, all that. So, seriously. But then I was in school with people that terrified when puberty hit and the cycle came. They were terrified because their parents hadn't had that conversation with them. Going back to my mom's generation, that was not a conversation that you
Right.
had
That is true.
at all. Sex was not a conversation that you had. So they discovered it on their own. People, you can't kind of force somebody to have that conversation in their household before they're ready.
I mean, you can't. I want y'all to understand. I understand all y'all, but I just still have that, like, if the teacher don't do it, somebody else is, and it's gonna be a lot worse than what you get what I'm saying. Or if that was a man and a woman picture kissing on the desk, I get that the child is not exposed to that on a daily basis, but it's just, my thing is just the teacher's educated. He or she can break it down a little bit better. I understand I can't give too much of an opinion because I don't have kids, but I just feel like that's just my opinion. Like,
All right, go
you know
ahead.
what I'm saying? Question number 5.
How do you explain LGBT relationships to children, to kids that may not know about it, or do you? Is it your place to?
Okay, so I can answer that one.
Right.
Okay.
Being a parent.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that. All on paper.
Okay, so with me, I was in a relationship for 6 years, and I don't really. My girlfriend at the time, she had a daughter too. She hadn't been exposed to it like mine. So when it came time, because we got engaged, So she would eventually see that down the line and everything. And I don't believe that this whole time she knew about us. So it was like a conversation, and it ended up, even though my daughter has been in it from day one, it ended up being a conversation for her too. They're both the same age and everything, but pretty much we sat them down. We had that talk. We was like, okay, how do you feel about mommy being with mommy romantically? Like, with mommy was with daddy, how do you feel about mommy and mommy being together? We let them, express their feelings with that and get that out the way. And my ex's child, like, she was actually a little upset about it, like, she had never been exposed to that. So, it came down to the fact where she was like, oh, I don't even really know if I still want to be your friend.
How old is she?
At the time, when we told them, they were 6 and 7.
Okay.
And like, it was a difficult conversation for her. Cause I mean, she said, I don't even know if I want to be your friend anymore, and that was to be expected. Right. But I mean, and even though it hurt me being like, I've been there this whole time, I gave her that opportunity. I was like, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not going to sit here and be mad at you for having these feelings towards me, but just know at the end of the day, I'm still the same person that's been there these years or whatnot. I'm still the same person that's been there and loving you, and I will continue to love you until you come around, But it was a difficult situation. But I mean, at the same time, I would appreciate, or I'm actually glad that it was us that had that conversation with her. Because I mean, granted, kids see things on TV nowadays. Like, I mean, they got a lot of LGBT stuff on TV, YouTube, Facebook, all these social media accounts and everything. So they're going to be
shows. What's that?
But see,
like they're going to be exposed to it,
But see, like from the jump, I raised the kids. This is what it is. To be strong, to know that you have 2 mothers. Be confident in it, because you're going to get picked on, people going to ask, where's your father? They always ask that, where's your father? No, I have 2 mommies. I have double love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to prepare her for that because people are cruel and kids are cruel. I needed her to be confident, to be like, I have 2 mommies. That's it.
Yeah, and you have to let them know that it's going to be a tough road for them.
It is.
Because, I mean, the kids get judged too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they do.
In a same-sex relationship, whenever there are children involved, like, whatever you do reflects on that child. Even though the child has nothing to do with the situation at all or whatever. Since they are a part of that, then they're going to get the same disrespect and the same, like, if they're respected, if they get the same criticism or whatever, they're going to get the same exact thing that you do or whatnot. And you just have, it's another thing to prepare the child for that too.
So what do y'all think
walk up on you, bust him in the head
of the shows? It's in their cartoons.
Yeah.
I remember watching SpongeBob, and SpongeBob was the housewife while Patrick went to work. And kids were just watching it because that's their show. Yeah. But did that pose any questions? Like, I always wanted to know. Like, I see it being eased into every cartoon is sneaking it right on in there. So I'm like,
that's why
is it really that close?
Right. And music too that sneaks in there. And kids are very prone
to music.
But
I remember being a kid and singing songs that I probably had absolutely no
business.
business. But
I
know
was in
that
this Kim type little situation. Hardcore, that's what you was in there. You look like you was in there singing little Kim.
I like it.
In there singing. Little Kim, little
put it in your mouth. But I wasn't putting that in my mouth, but I was singing it in your mouth.
I just feel like
It's an example of, I'm going back to my old days, where I even asked the question about Popeye and olive oil. Where did the baby come from?
You feel me?
I was trying to figure out if it was Bruno's baby.
We don't know. They sneaking it in there. I just feel like your kids are gonna get it. Your kids been exposed to it. But because it's front and center, now you scared to address it. Because most of the time, just like you said, you caught in the SpongeBob, the parents didn't caught in the SpongeBob. And it's another little TV show where it's two husbands and they adopted a little Asian baby.
The Modern Family.
I love that show. Right, like it's out there. Like, so we can't keep thinking of what previous people did back in the day, because like we keep saying, it's 2018s. So ain't nobody hiding it anymore. They throwing it in commercials, music, everything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like,
but our kids are ready for
yeah.
it.
Right.
Our kids are smarter now. They wise, they quicker.
Right.
You know, they can get it. They can get it.
It's
They really
sometimes
can.
better
I don't
to go
have
ahead and
kids, but I do
expose
fear
them.
of them not understanding it, thinking, oh, well, that it hasn't been explained to me, but my best friend is a girl, so am I a lesbian?
Right.
Like, I love her. We're
Yeah.
really nice. Does that make me a lesbian?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel
if you're not telling them, then they're
Yeah.
miseducated,
You
and
should
so
go
they're
ahead
thinking,
and
They haven't
and-
been like that.
Yeah.
'cause,
Even in a,
you know, it's
even
like, oh,
even as
you
a
know,
trans
you wanna
man,
be like
when I
your
was
dad,
married,
you know what I mean? Or
you know, even when I was married, as I said last week, I was married as a trans man. I let my kids know my story.
yeah,
Because I knew in time it was going to
come out. So it had you had to be the one to jump ahead of it
Yeah.
before somebody else put it or
Outside
somebody else
world.
get mad.
In a
So you
negative
might as
way.
well.
Right.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
that's on me. And
Number 6.
Should LGBT not share their PDA in public?
Yes, they should.
I
But let's be careful.
Thank you.
It just depends where you're at.
Right. You
Look,
got to be
I'm-
comfortable without conflict.
I'm a lesbian wherever I go, and I am not afraid to tell it. And if somebody's hating on that, then you can look away. Just like just like if I don't want to see you kissing, I could go, okay, well, you know.
Well,
I
you
think
always
that's
see
all
straight
of- I
people
even
making
think
out
even with-
and all that bullshit in the stores.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
why does it matter if it's two men? Two
it's on
women?
TV.
Right.
And
Why
that's
does it
even
matter?
worse.
It's, you know,
than-
it's
than me
everywhere.
kissing somebody.
It's
Yeah.
hello. It's
It is.
How you?
We're sorry to interrupt.
It's
We have
here.
a question for y'all.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Part of the members of this church. Do you want us to leave and come back?
All right. So you said it does matter where you at. Why? When straight people be everywhere.
But that's what I'm about to say. Even with straight people, it matters where they at.
Yeah.
Too. That's
It's
what
comfortable
I didn't get to
without
say that. I
Yeah.
just think PDA is just certain places, certain time. That's just how I am.
I mean, that's cool.
No.
I just feel like PDA to me, I'm willing to PDA wherever, but to a certain extent.
Let me
Like
Right.
now,
Yeah.
like say like if we walking and you about to go this way and I'm about to go this way. All right, bye. Cool. We going about
Right.
that way. Now if you trying to tongue me down, nah, get off me, shorty. Like that, you doing too much move. Like
I'll give you a prime example. I went out to eat. Let's say I went out to eat with a trans woman. Automatically, we're looked at as a straight couple. Behind us may be sitting a lesbian couple or a gay couple. In that arena, let's say we're eating somewhere, and someone walks up to them and says, "Please don't be cozying up, doing this and that and that," and they're going to throw them out. Now we stand up to defend them, but we don't say we're trans. We're not going to out ourselves. We're definitely not going to do that. But you have to think about it. We wouldn't get offended. You know, nobody would say anything to us cozying up. Like if you and I were out, they wouldn't say anything to her and I.
Right.
Because automatically it's a straight couple. But if we had a lesbian couple sitting beside us and cozying up, they would probably be offended by it because, number one, there's no one else in there that's gay in that facility.
Right.
And it's out of place to them. It's something that's not normal for that to happen in that arena. So,
this is my thing.
but let
This
me-
is not your house. You don't own this place. So therefore, I am comfortable in my own skin. And if I want to show my lover a hug, a kiss,
understand
if I
that.
want to cuddle with my lover anywhere in America, I am
I'ma
going to
do it.
defend it, and I'm going to
I'ma
do
do
it
it.
no
Have
matter
y'all,
what nobody say.
have
I
y'all-
don't care what anybody. I don't care if Trump, Barack, or anybody came down here and said don't do it. How you gonna stop me?
How you gonna bring
Right.
the rock back? How you gonna bring
That's my president.
That's my president.
Okay.
That's my president.
That's all. That's
But
all.
have y'all seen that show, What Would You Do?
Yeah.
They had a gay male couple, I think they did both, in a restaurant. And, you know, they're actors. The waitress was an actor who came up and hated on them, like was saying, y'all can't do that again. That's just disgusting. And then you saw some people saying, yeah, thank you. And then you saw some people like, they're in here. You serve them food. Worry about you making money today, because as of now you're not. You know, so it depends on who you're around. But I will defend my sexuality to its most, just like straight people can come to our pride and do whatever they like to. And guess what? We're accepting, so do the same. If you don't want to, stop looking.
Right. That's my thing. Like,
I'm
we
not
accept
putting
them
on
for
a
whatever
show
they
for you.
do, and I understand that that's the norm in their eyes. That's the norm. We always have been the ones to had to get accepted or be accepted into something else. Accept me, because I sure will accept you for whatever you do. So that's just the biggest thing. Accept it. Like, it's no way around it.
Well,
They show it on TV.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Well, I accept you.
All right. On to the next question.
Number 7.
All right. Do I personally share PDA in public? Me personally, there's yes and no. We'll just say that.
No, I need you
He's
to break
gonna
that
say
down to
otherwise,
me.
but-
Will you tell me, do y'all show public affection?
Nah.
Not the way he wants to.
How did he want you to show public affection?
He wants to.
So what's wrong with holding hands?
There's nothing wrong with holding hands.
What else
But-
does it?
Right.
Not for this show.
Not for now. Save that for later.
No,
That's an interesting question.
I'm not a
because-
kind of person that likes to always be holding hands. I don't have the best balance. I'm kind of a klutz. I'm clumsy. Hello, I'm a blonde. I need a little bit of space in case I'm tumbling one way or the other. But I mean, yeah, we hold hands in public too, but just not all the time.
In the truck.
Right.
When you clumsy, so he's sitting down.
I definitely show PDA in public, and there has even been moments where me and my wife will do it extra because we notice somebody getting uncomfortable.
Right.
Because we were in line at Walmart, and the couple in front of us or the lady of the couple decided to hold up a magazine to us, and then all of a sudden we were like, "Oh well, I just feel extra gay today." I mean, it's out there, and if you don't like it, stop looking and don't put on a show trying to tell me to stop.
Right.
That don't work.
I do show public affection, but again, sometimes I have to do it comfortable without conflict. We have to pick the arena that I'm in to do that. I have to be careful, because even if I am gendered male and by face value male, someone may be uncomfortable with my affection I'm having with a woman. And it has happened. It has happened.
I mean, I get it.
They came to me because because we presented as a heterosexual couple. They came to us and said, please, could you not do that here?
And I would have said, please, can you mind your business and run along, fetch me my mother.
Do you pay a bill for me?
Right. Did you put gas
Is
in
there
this car?
something that you
Did pay for
provide
these
me
shoes?
with that I should
Like, you
listen
better
to
get
you?
on about your business, honey. I'm telling you, I have never yet ever had somebody come up to me or act anything like that, because I'm telling you, the day, honey, I'm going to be on World Star. I'm going to be on World Star. After some stuff up in the
PDA.
store.
I like PDA. Like,
Right.
I would much rather like be able to show my affection for whoever it is that I'm with. Like, baby, I love you, and I'm proud to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I hold hands. We match with the clothes.
We
all
cuddling.
this stuff. Like, we cuddling. All
You wear
this
Candy
stuff.
Queen
Like,
sweatshirt,
I don't care.
matching shades,
Right.
all that.
Okay,
We
we
got
got
on
it
the
now.
matching sunglasses and all that.
I'm gonna kiss on you. I'm gonna love on you. I'm gonna show you all the affection that you want or whatever, wherever we at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go overboard with it.
Right.
But I mean, you know, like, yeah, depending on the
But it just
situation.
depends
But
how
I'm
you
gonna
were
do it.
raised. You know what I'm saying? I can probably count on my hand how many times I've seen my parents kiss. You know, so I have my moments, but I'm the kind of person I wait till we, inside the
We
home.
could not be in a relationship.
I
I can't be in a relationship with you because.
But see, it depends where we're at.
And then, I mean, I get that, but I feel like if I'm
That's when she
feeling, if we
changes
out
to
and we talking, because most people, like, if we holding a conversation, I'm not just attracted to you by your the way you look. We could be into a deep conversation sitting somewhere and I'm just like, you were just giving me life right now and I want to kiss you. Why do I have to wait till we get back to the car or we get home?
But see, that's not what I'm saying.
What I'm saying to you is, I'm a very public
person.
PDA person.
Yeah.
So you would need to be with someone that's really touchy-feely.
No, I'm gonna make you touchy-feely. I'm going to make
someone touchy-feely.
Somebody that you're
this what I'm
but who
saying.
you're meant to be with is going to be that with you.
But I'm saying,
Like you going to.
I'm like, yeah, you going to give me a kiss today. Give me a kiss today, Jordan.
Like Damien on Friday after that. Give me a hug.
You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
To get into the PDA.
I need 42 minutes.
You getting out?
No, get into the PDA.
You got 22 minutes. or this relationship over if you can't get with it.
But I'm a more conservative person, period, all the way around. If I see two straight people doing too much, like I get uncomfortable. Like I don't like to see all that, so I'm not gonna show nobody all that. And I take into consideration other people's kids are around, depending on the arena. Like I respect other people's space.
Right. I don't want to.
Yeah, I respect other people's space just because I know, like, I'm a conservative person. There's certain things, like, I drink, but if I see something, if I'm out in an arena where there are, like, kids around and stuff like that, I see somebody that's, like, toe down, I'm like, bro, come on, it's kids or people cursing.
I mean, I know how to
You
tone
to
it
your
down.
atmosphere.
I know how to tone it down. I don't want nobody to feel like I don't tone it down. But I do know how to tone it down. But I just feel like how she said, if she was at Walmart and the lady all trying to be discreet, honey.
Oh, then we'll
Bye.
play with her. We'll play with her.
Are you done yet? Because I'm up next, and I'm
You grown.
honey,
and
I'm
old and grown.
I'm
too.
telling you,
I'm
I would have had my leg up and everything.
And
You would've rolled out on the floor,
wrapped around
honey.
her. And I didn't
I would
see
have said,
it.
"Pick me up, boo.
Red saw it first.
Pick me up,
Red
baby."
saw it first, and I was
then I
like,
knew
"Why
you
you
went
acting
in,
like
didn't
that?"
you?
She went, "Oh, I went, oh." You know,
I would have cut a rug.
we put on a show, honey.
I would have rolled all over the floor. All right, go ahead. Number 8.
Yeah, number 8. Straight people show their PDA, and it's no big deal. Why is it a big deal when LGBT community do it?
Because it's not the norm.
Right.
That's
Because
it.
it's not what they
That's
want to
just a
see.
basic
It's not what they're
It just
used to.
depends where
or-
you live, too.
Right.
Yeah.
It depends where you
You can do
live.
it in New York with no problem.
Yes,
You
that's
can do it in
California,
LA with no problem.
atmosphere.
But we're in North Carolina, Lulu.
The Bible Belt, honey.
Bible
Well, I'm
Belt.
gonna tell you now, the South has met its match because
Look
I'm
at this
not
one over
going
here.
for it.
She's trying to turn
Because
the
from
South
where
around.
because from where I'm from, Maryland, D.C., like
Yeah.
it is very open.
Yeah.
So for
Same
me
with
coming
Michigan.
from that to have to be conservative, that's not in my nature.
Yeah.
I'm nothing conservative. There's nothing conservative about
But
me.
then again,
Nothing.
I don't put myself in a situation where I have to be conservative.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I get
that means
uncomfortable.
I'm in an uncomfortable place.
Yes.
And I'm probably ready to go.
Ready to go. There you go.
2 minutes is up. I'm gone. Bye.
2 and 30 minutes.
Up, yo, like y'all don't understand, but that's just me. Like I'm from Maryland, D.C. So up there, it's more culture, it's more everything up there. So coming to something so conservative like this is just. I know how to do it sometimes, but sometimes, like she said, I get uncomfortable when I have to put on a front or put on a mask with somebody. When I've been doing that for all my life. So now I'm at a point now where I'm about to be free. I'm about to live my life for myself. I'm not gonna let my neighbor say anything. If you don't like it, don't come outside when I come outside. Like we don't have to speak. You don't have to acknowledge me, and I don't have to acknowledge you. So therefore, no matter what anybody gives to you or say to you or try to throw dirt on you or shame your name, live your life. You
Stand
are going
up for who you are.
Right,
Be
you have to,
proud.
because if you don't, nobody else will.
Yeah.
And once somebody see you standing up for yourself, then you never know that once you stand up for yourself, they might don't know you from a can of paint, but to stand up right with you. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I get where you come from, where it depends on how you was raised and where you was coming from and everything like that, but you have to stand up for yourself.
But I feel like I'm standing up for myself. I'm comfortable with myself. It's still how I carry myself, how I move. That's just me. You know, I have to be comfortable. If I'm gonna drive to DC to get married to a woman, I had to be comfortable. But I'm just saying, it's just like certain places I went, I just didn't do it. Out of respect for the family,
And
you
also
know,
for yourself.
and for myself.
And without having conflict.
And it's okay.
Because who wants to live with conflict every day and be stressed?
But it's just like she said, don't put yourself in the. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's like
Right,
I'm saying,
exactly.
wherever you're at, be comfortable without conflict. That means be comfortable.
Right.
Don't
Without
put
the
yourself in a
conflict.
situation where you're uncomfortable and then you're going to have conflict.
What for?
I'm
What
all
I'm
the
trying to
way
prove?
I'm jumping in the
I
pot.
don't have nothing to prove.
I'm stirring that joint up. I'm in there like,
So one off question. What do you feel? How do y'all feel about PDA in a family setting? Like my family is cool with my sexuality. No beef at all. But I'm not comfortable showing PDA around my mom.
Okay, all right, so check
I'm
this
not
out.
either.
All right, so check this out.
And my
They were at my wedding. They had to witness the big kiss.
Yeah.
So, you know.
All right, so I took my ex-girlfriend home with me my family came down here for the 4th of July. And this was actually the first time that my whole family met somebody that I was talking to. So it wasn't so much that we was all in each other's face. Everybody interacted with each other. My family interacted with her. We hugged, but it was never a point that I felt like I need to be all extra because we were having fun. It wasn't something that, you know what I'm saying? And it shocked me when I did take my ex-girlfriend home that my mom let me and her sleep in the same room. Door closed and everything, no problem. You get what I'm saying?
She ain't having that. No.
You take the couch, you take the bedroom.
I tried it. She shut it down.
Because
What y'all been going on?
I guess that just to say it's where you from and my mother.
And the parents.
My mother is she supports me. I'm not saying that any of your parents don't. My mother supports me and she stands behind me and she knows that I'm not going to, I guess you could say, disrespect her.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about
like
you though.
I was brought up by my grandparents, so you know, like they real old school. So I mean, like I said before, it took a minute for them to even like really accept it, and they were the only ones that I really cared about accepting my sexuality and who it is that I wanted to be with. But I mean, you know, nowadays, you know, I got one of my girlfriends, you know, like, you know, one of my exes, my grandpa stay asking about her, like, every time I go over there. I'm like,
dude,
bro,
she
we
gone.
ain't even together no more. But, I mean, like, you know, she was, like, out of every girl that I've dated, she was, like, the only one that was actually able to come over to the house. And, like, I mean, everything from, like, sleep over, all this stuff, like, you know, talk to them, whatever. Like, we could hold hands and all this stuff like that. But, like, you know, that was just around my grandparents. You know, I respected them enough, you know, not to do too much around them.
Right.
But, like, if I was at my mom's house, man, look, we sitting on each other's laps and stuff. We holding hands, kissing, all this.
But y'all talk
like,
about me,
whatever.
though.
Like,
Y'all talk about me, Y'all talk about me and check
y'all-
out
I'm
her whole
saying, like,
situation.
like, you know, like after I explained all that, though.
I mean, we married, but I ain't doing all of that. I might lay on her chest or something.
Like, you know, if it came down to that, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom, like after she accepted it or whatever, like she didn't have a problem with me showing that affection with whoever it is I'm with, as long as they treated me right and vice versa or whatever. Like she's cool with it, like whatever. So I mean, you know, not saying that, you know, every time I'll go see my mom or something, like, hey babe, you know, come here, like she like let's do this, you know. But I mean, if it came down to it, you know, like my girlfriend wanted to give me a kiss, you know, sit on my lap or something like that, you know, like that would be fine in that kind of atmosphere because she's okay with that.
All right, let's.
It's not like you're doing it because she's mad.
Yeah. All right. Number 9. How would you feel if your partner wasn't fully out and only wanted to share love behind closed doors.
I wouldn't even be
Now
able
that-
to
Oh,
say
I
that.
told you.
I
I
can't
told you. Bye.
Now I can't do that now. I can't.
Now, at the point I'm in my life right now, that's a no. But I do know earlier stages, that's how it was.
That's how
because
it
I
started
wasn't.
off.
Yeah, I mean, it starts off like that. Not everybody's fully out, especially your first girlfriend. And yeah. But that also, as your first girlfriend, you knew that wasn't your forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's
No.
sound like you singing that reggae song. No,
I am
no,
not. I will not put myself in a situation where I have to be confined.
Right.
And I will not date someone. If they are closet, I'm not going to be your trophy king. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be your trophy king.
It's not fair. I do feel like
if you
it's
want to
not
be in the
fair.
closet, I'll throw you the mothballs and deuces.
Oh, I'm telling you right now. If you want, can't nobody be in the closet with me because you think we're gonna. I'm gonna be on Snapchat like, yeah, what up, boo?
Look, this ain't no Luther Vandross. So I ain't nobody's secret lover. You feel
I
me?
do feel like it makes
they
you
about
feel
to happen.
insecure too,
Yeah,
because
make you
that
feel like
means
it's somebody else.
they're not telling nobody about
Right,
you,
and
and
why
then
aren't you- why
then your
aren't you
mind
proud to
runs
show
like,
me
well, do
off?
you have another
You know?
guy
And another
in front of your family?
All right, so incident. I was with. I hate to keep bringing up this ex-girlfriend, but I have to because because the only reason I said it's because I felt like that because I told my family that we were in a relationship and all this and that, but it felt like I never knew if you really told your peoples or whatever. I said, let's go visit your family. It was, oh no, we're beefing. Nah, y'all ain't beefing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I get what you're saying. How do you know if there's somebody else? Because it's like, you don't want to tell nobody else. So how do I not know that you might not have somebody else on the side?
Right, you
and
only my girl in this apartment.
Right.
That's not
Like,
gonna work
nah,
for me.
Baby,
I'm not gonna be.
If you don't-
I'm not gonna be in the closet.
How do
with
you
nobody.
date?
Here's my thing. If you won't go out to dinner with me, no.
Yeah, how we dating? Like, how do you date?
If you can't go out, see, my thing is this. I am visible in the community. If you can't be visible with me, well, I'll see you later.
I'm gonna say it like this: if we have to go out in public or whatever, and I'm your friend, and I'm just I'm just that friend. Oh, we always hang out and everything. Like, no.
delete.
Like you need to be. I feel like you're not proud of being
That's
with
high
me.
school. That's
Like
high
I
school.
would feel like
maybe college, but
Yeah,
now,
like,
being I'm 30.
Like now,
do that.
I'm with her on that now.
Nah, it ain't gonna fly. But in college, I had that. I had that in college.
Like just for me though, just for me, I would feel like you're not proud to be with me. Like you don't really want to be with me or whatever, unless because it's convenient for you to be with me behind closed doors.
Right.
But you're not willing to show that type of affection or act like we're even together if we're out. Like, yeah, nah, that ain't gonna work.
Unfair, right?
That ain't gonna work.
That's how
Look,
my
if
ex
I
was.
expose my dog to the world,
ex was like
what
that.
says no?
That's why
That's too
he's
much.
a-
Come on, let's go to the next question because I see we about to go in on this one. Was a real question. That was a real
Oh,
question.
is that me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Number 10.
Okay, cool. If your partner wanted, okay. If your partner wanted to create a whole new social media page to post pictures and statuses of you together only with people that you know or that know that you are exclusive, would you be okay with them making a new one and not posting on their original page?
No.
I just fainted. I swear to God, on your original page. I swear to God.
You can't even answer the question. You already know the answer. You already know your answer.
That's a hard no.
If I find out that you done made a whole nother page, I'm telling you,
Preacher.
I'm I'm burning the whole house down. I'm setting this drain off like Queen Latifah. Did you hear me? Now I'm gonna write your mama on Facebook. I'm gonna write your daddy. I'm writing everybody because I feel like that is the most disrespectful thing to make a whole nother motherfucking page.
That's the most disrespectful.
That's
That's not the most, but then that's disrespectful.
That's
a hard no.
That's
a hard no.
Because like that's so disrespectful. Why?
But that's so okay. So for that person to do that,
I'm gonna shoot you.
you gotta keep up with way too much. You really want to do that?
But let me say this.
Hold on, I gotta log into this
Let me
one.
say this. I can understand if that person has a job placement that requires a certain etiquette if they want Facebook.
But then you don't need to get one. You don't need to get one. You do not need to get a Facebook page. It's not mandatory. So just don't get one.
Hold on. Somebody just commented and said my ex-girlfriend had a job where she was absolute right there.
Could not be out
At
At
work.
work, so she
had to keep her Facebook clean.
As that's how.
And I mean that's cool for a job, but to a certain extent, don't friend request your job people. Like,
Well,
why
I do feel like in that case, then you should have a job-like page,
Right.
Because as entertainers, everybody's got that
Flex
entertainment
Flex
like page,
Yes.
and then on that other one, that's my personal page.
Legal name.
Don't worry about
Yes.
that. Like, don't worry about.
So I get
that. Ain't got
that
nothing to do
part
with
in
it.
a job situation.
If it's a job situation,
Yeah, but if it's not a job, honey, we got a problem. I know, and I know you work at McDonald's.
Well, maybe she the manager. Or maybe she gonna come up. Maybe she gonna have a franchise. You don't know.
Don't even matter.
I'm a whole gym. Friend request? Hell no, not. And you?
I be like, nigga, we could be a goddamn franchise together, ho. You don't need these motherfuckers helping with you.
Nobody
So
else.
no damn I'm
members.
gonna bust into the white.
Oh, you're not.
If
you have to go through to such extremes, well, look, if you have to go to such extremes to do this, you didn't want to be with me in the first place.
All right.
Like if you had to go to such extremes to do all this and make a whole new page, you didn't want to be with me in the first place. Point blank period.
Number 11. Do you hide your status, affection around certain people, or job? If so, why?
No.
I'm open at my job. And
No.
I am. At work, I'm open.
Like I said, I don't do the PDA and all that with around my family just because we just not an affectionate family like that. So it's not just me. It's my brother. I've never seen my brother like kiss one of his girlfriends in front of my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not like boom, but work. I don't care about them people.
I really don't. I come in, clock in. Don't you clock in, clock out. Give me my check. Yeah.
Right.
At my job, I have had situations where I have to correct people.
I'm
like,
retired. I don't have that problem.
they see this ring and it's like, ooh.
I'm retired.
They go, ooh, your husband must love you. I was like, yes, my wife does. You know what I'm saying? And keep it moving. And my wife is there probably every Friday to deliver plates. And so I kiss her goodbye in front of, love you, have a good day. You know, I
was in the
don't,
Army
and if
for 5
somebody
years,
has
and I
something to
did.
say, then please feel free to say it.
Look,
I cut hair for a living, so I work for
That don't
myself,
matter.
so I don't. It doesn't really bother me. I work for myself, and I have had people try to say, bye.
Right.
I'll cut your
whether
hair.
I'm at work,
If you lose
or
one, I
at
gain
work.
2 more clients. So bye. I ain't gotta cut your hair.
I have a coworker and a boss who would defend me in a heartbeat. So I'm okay
I'm
with
just
that.
saying, work, church, the stove, wherever, all this is like, look, if I want to show some type of affection to you, I'm gonna do that. That's just who I am. Like, and I would expect, like, okay.
And then you would have to be with
how are
someone
you-
that's like that.
Like, I'm sitting there like, how are you dictating what it is that I'm gonna do with somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I love them enough like that or whatever, and I'm like, shoot, like, okay, if your job don't like it, oh well, like you ain't like you said earlier, you ain't gotta look at me, turn your back, shoot, I'm gonna get my kiss, okay, back, mwah. Yeah, all right, going about your business, everybody, all this cuteness, whatever. But man, like I told y'all last week, I got like 3 girlfriends at work and I didn't even know about them just because they sitting there because
She said she got 3 girlfriends.
Just because, look,
Oh,
not like that, not like that, no.
girlfriends.
Because I am openly lesbian or whatever, anybody that I associate with at my job, they automatically think that we're together. So I got 3 girlfriends that, apparently I didn't know about at work, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Can we make a love match over here? I'm lonely.
All right, that's a nice question.
All right.
UTI?
No.
How would you feel if your partner wasn't fully out of the closet and only wanted to show PDA behind closed door? Well, show love behind closed door.
Look, air the mothballs. Go in, open the door, put them in, throw the mothballs, and run.
I put a note in like now, sitting here and think. Think about your fucking decisions behind these closed doors. And think about your decisions.
Yep.
Think.
Sit in the closet.
You in time
Inhale
out.
these mothballs.
We have some questions.
All right, we got time for a few questions real
That's
quick.
his last question. It says, "What would you date someone you work with?"
Yeah, I done it.
Yep.
I had 3 girlfriends on that at work.
But they gotta be the manager though.
Look,
They gotta be the
I had my
manager.
last 3 girlfriends
I
at
mean,
work.
would that
You
count?
okay with that?
Because she
After
makes
you
you look more.
wait. So after you kick her out after 2 minutes, and you gonna go back to
Yeah,
work
she
with
gonna
her?
tell you the next
Look.
day. You like, you gave me 22 minutes.
You gave me-
got
yeah.
22 minutes to get the up
I
out of
mean,
here.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
right.
I'm like, why you firm?
because it's North Carolina, and I don't need a reason.
I mean, look.
And I don't need a reason to bust your head to the white meat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Then you
Like,
in
does
there.
that count if you were already dating? Like, I've had like maybe 2 or 3 jobs where I actually worked with my girlfriend at the time.
No,
I feel
Like-
like that's too much for me.
Or whatever, like we saw each other at work, we saw each other at home, we
No.
saw each other at church. Like,
No.
I mean,
That's
like
why I feel like I
But I
really
mean,
can't
you
date
know-
somebody I work with because it's like we already live together. We getting in the
Yeah,
same
when
damn
did you
car
miss
together.
them?
Now we gotta go home together. It's like didn't I just see
Oh
you?
no, I ain't riding with her.
Wait,
We
you
ain't
don't
riding
have
with
time
her.
to miss each other.
I was
Ain't
supposed
no
don't
wrong
y'all
with
have
her.
this situation? Don't y'all work together?
Yeah, they
No.
want to. No.
Y'all used to, right?
Yeah, before we
I
got
saw
together.
that on the show.
Yeah,
Okay.
Before we got together.
Yeah, like
Oh,
when we first
decide.
met,
Ooh, I'm gonna
like
say I'm
we
bashing
we
with
worked at the
it.
same place with different shifts. I
Got
worked
you.
second, he worked third.
Okay.
So when
So it
he
didn't
would
really
come
cross.
in, I'd be getting ready to go. So
Yeah.
I'd
But
walk
y'all
out.
were
So you
dating.
got a chance
we
to
were
miss
just
some.
seeing, talking.
I'm about to say I'm over here back.
Just because I worked with her though doesn't necessarily mean that we saw each other all the time. Like it was 2 different buildings, you know what I'm saying? Like
got you.
or whatever. So
right.
like
It's not
now
like an
it did get
office.
to a
It's not
point where
like
we
that.
were on the same team and like my desk was here and like 2 desks down here she was.
I want to say bye, honey.
But-
You go this way. I go this way. Have a nice day.
I mean, it was, ain't nobody know though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody know that we were together unless like, you knew us personally or whatever.
Right.
So it didn't really affect how, my job was or whatever, and I'm pretty sure it didn't affect how she did her work either.
I think,
But
I think for that, it just depends on the person.
Or
For me,
situation.
in the
Or
situation,
situation.
I want time to miss my significant other, and I don't want to. I love you, honey, but
I'll support your
It's
business.
all right. It's just
now,
too
yeah,
much.
don't get it twisted. Now we both proud to be a part of Soul Truck and Hungry,
Right.
but I do my part. She does her part.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's just too much because it's like you say. You
Right over
actually
there.
you need time to miss your significant other. If you don't, it becomes arguments. It becomes fights. It's just like y'all
And
too much
you-
on top of
you
each
want
other.
to be separated at some point.
Yeah, and then you gonna start going to see somebody else named Little Keisha, Little Tawanda around the way,
Stop.
But
Shout out to people right now.
Right.
You shout out to people right now.
I don't even know nobody.
Phone
Like,
go
I
off.
don't have anybody, you guys.
Oh, sounds so sad.
Just don't get like me and up in the nursing home and wait for
Oh
somebody
my
to come visit
fucking
you.
god!
Stop.
Hell no!
Look.
Remember where we at?
Single, okay? Church. Babe, we got 3 single people that's on this panel right now. I think
Okay,
we're
so when y'all
okay.
do your little personal videos.
I think we're okay.
I'm just
Make a little
bad
love
shit.
call
I'm
out.
just a
Look at
bad
this.
Like she said, I am not single.
I'm just a good guy looking for a little fun.
A little good time
A little
fun.
funny.
All right. I want to thank y'all once again for tuning into.
Already.
I want to thank y'all once again for tuning into the prize show. Remember, the person that shares their videos the most will get a prize next week. Share. Feel free to comment,
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
like, and we appreciate y'all. I hope
Shout
y'all
out to
had a
Brandon
good time with us
again.
tonight. Shout out to Brandon
Williamson.
Williamson.
Good job, Brandon.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
buddy.
MVP.
Thank you. We love you.
Good night.
Night.
Somebody just said the Pride Show.
Dating.
Yeah.
The Pride Dating Show.
I'm gonna get
to be in the audience.
We gonna get that cracking because I need. Yeah, we both.
That's gonna have to be like a 2-3
Well, come
hour
on over here,
episode.
little Flex.
We're going to have to
Hurry up, little Flex. Come on, Flex.
But that's gonna have to be a 3-hour episode.
Come on.
Right
For
there.
the three of us, we
singles.
need it. You know what I'm saying?
We got a variety.
A very good variety. I'm crazy. I'm dangerous now. I will cut you.
And
I won't cut anybody.
I
and in 2 minutes.
Right. Bye. Thanks. Love you.
don't.
Next week.